welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And once again today is the Tony and Barnes Show. Anthony, how are you, my friend?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, it's a nice morning. A little sad about the Mets loss, but you know what? We're in studio. Backwards hat day, obviously.
First time maybe ever. I was said
Yeah.
This season, but it might actually be ever. Because I feel like you don't usually go back.
No, I don't.
Like, I don't know if I've ever seen you go back ever. Like, not even just on an episode, like just ever.
It's been a while, I would say. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So a rare day. Maybe kind of like a rally cap in a sense after the loss last night, maybe.
It was first game of the series. There's no rally yet. Everyone pump the brakes here, Brian.
Were you more
Okay.
surprised that they lost or that Prefer hasn't commented yet?
I guess the prefer comment.
Different time, though. I think that might throw him off.
Yeah,
But
he was
different
thinking
time
about
yesterday.
10. Oh, yeah, true.
So I don't know. But yeah, I'd expect Prefer to pop up, but also maybe a little sour grapes because I know he was pretty hot on the trail yesterday.
Yeah, dude.
And before we get into baseball, just kind of curious, we had a lengthy food session yesterday. What'd you end up having for dinner yesterday?
So I didn't get to dinner until late because of practice.
Oh, practice last night. Okay.
Yeah. So I got home around 10:30, and I had some leftover macaroni and meatballs.
Okay.
So I had one meatball because it was late with a little bit of macaroni and a garlic knot.
Did it do the job for that time? You must have been famished. But
I was. By the time I got home, I was like, Jesus. I almost went to Mary Canteen last night.
Wow. The old American.
I know, dude. But I was like, I got food at home. Eat the food at home.
Yeah.
You know, so another day for merit.
Yeah, actually, I had a nice feast last night. It was actually one of my buddies' 30th birthday, so we did a little surprise birthday party at Tutti Pazzi in Stanford. There's one in Fairfield. It's called Quattro Pazzi, but they like sold it out.
Oh,
there's one in Darien.
Pazzi.
Matt's been to the one in Fairfield a couple of times. I went with him once.
Sounds really familiar.
Yeah, so a good Italian place. We had our own room upstairs, a couple espresso martinis.
Oh,
and his parents, they're very into like the food, so they went nuts with the appetizers. Chicken tenders and fries, calamari, a couple pizzas.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
Yeah, you would have been in heaven, Tony. You would have been in heaven. Obviously, the bread, of course.
Oh, it sounds so good.
And then I went short rib Yankee.
You mean gnocchi?
I always struggle with that because Pooch, my roommate, obviously always makes fun of me. He would call it like the New York Yankees because I would I'm saying it wrong. Wait, so say it one more time.
It's gnocchi.
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 Yonky.
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 Yonky? Is
Yonky.
that? I think that's good. I know. Here's a bite. But have you ever had that? Short
rib gnocchi. I think yes.
Okay.
Just because I've had gnocchi and short rib so many times, I must have had them together. Yeah.
I
love, dude. Beef short rib is so, and then when it's cooked in the sauce, it's so tender.
Oh.
The fat is rendered throughout the sauce too. It's
God.
so good.
I feel like one of people know it, but I still think just when you think broad scheme of things, I think it's one of the more underrated dishes out there. Honestly, I really do. Because I think everybody thinks of like a New York strip, a filet mignon. But I don't know if the short rib quite gets the respect it deserves.
I would say underrated, yes, for sure, dude.
And you can mix it with anything. You can have it by itself, have the mashed potatoes on the side, but then you can do it with the pasta.
Oh, with the
in
pasta,
a pizza.
so good.
You can do a pizza with short rib.
Pizza. Dude.
I don't know, but you with toppings, that might be a little pushing it or no?
No, I mean, listen, pizza is pizza. I'll try it. I mean, I'm not gonna not try it, but do I prefer the plain? Yeah, I prefer
plain pie or short rib appetizer, the cheese
short
pizza
rib,
after.
Yeah. Oh, let's do that. Dude.
Law checks and balances. I meant to say. I don't know.
Law of checks and balances.
I was trying to get something. We always come up with something on the fly.
Oh, God.
Man, but just a little warm up there. But obviously, we got a lot to talk about in the world of Major League Baseball.
2-2, he got him swinging. The back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray.
There's damage right there. Shohei, way, Cy Young. Preseason. Story spins and fires. Out at first. There it goes. See ya. Home run, Aaron Judge.
All right, Tony. So we did have a home run Aaron Judge last night as the Yankees take game 2 of their series in Anaheim against the Angels, winning 7-4. And let's talk about how we got there. So first off, in actually the first inning, Andrew Benintendi with a home run, batting out of the 2-hole there. Good game last night for him, 2 for 5 with a ribby. He's really seemed to come on after a really slow start. Right around when we were talking Tyler Naquin, that's when I was complaining, what's Benintendi doing? He's doing nothing. And all of a sudden, he's really kind of maintained his contact pace that he had with Kansas City, before coming over to the Yankees, and also some power. I believe that might be his 3rd home run with the Yankees. So it's nice to see that. And I love what they're doing at the top there. LeMahieu, Benintendi, Judge. I think that's a good way to start the lineup. So he got the scoring off in the first. Rizzo hit his 30th home run in the second. You know what's interesting? So he has 30 home runs this year, Tony. I think it's his 6th 30 home run season. But this year, 20 of his home runs have been part of back-to-back games. So he's hit them in bunches. So you love to see that. And then, unfortunately, the Angels did answer back. You had a Mike Ford single with 2 outs, and then Max Stassi, who was 1 for his previous, I believe, 39, gets up to the plate, hits a homer to tie it at 2. So that was obviously tough to take. Luckily for the Yankees, they did get 2 more runs across. So getting those runs back. They had an error by Regnifo, but they called it on Regnifo. And I don't know about this for you. So, first of all, there was two outs, bases loaded, Donaldson up. Of course, Donaldson does nothing other than the grand slam at one time. But just hits a sharp grounder to Regnifo, fields it, and it's like a perfect line to the first baseman, but it's a one hopper. But it's a play we've seen Rizzo make a million times, Freddie Freeman. And Mike Ford just completely airmails it, doesn't get it, 2-run score, and they put the error on the third baseman. What are your thoughts about that?
Interesting. I mean, I guess I would have to see the play. I mean, maybe because it's off the bounce, they call it an error because it's not really like on target, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely Ford's bad.
Because we were making fun of Michael K. Because he was like, oh, that's an E5. And everyone's like, E5? What? That's not an E5. But like, I get what you mean there about how, technically speaking, the throw should be on target. I guess it's like we've just advanced to a point with fielding where a first baseman on a one hopper that's not have side spin or anything, you're expected to get that ball every time.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? It's a commonplace. So I guess, that just kind of was my thoughts there. But that really took some pressure off of Taillon. But unfortunately for him, in the bottom of the 3rd, he gets hit with a liner right on the forearm wrist area. I'm mistaken. That was actually right after he finished the 2nd inning. So it was the last of the inning. They got the out, but you saw him go off the field. And he does not come back. X-rays were negative after the game. And I was reading on NBC Sports Edge that he'll have some swelling, but there's a pretty good chance he can make his next start, which would be Monday against the Rays. So obviously that would be big because the Yankees, already down Severino, already down Cortez, already traded away Jordan Montgomery. So you really can't have another starter go down. And then, just to show the lack of depth after trading away Frankie Montas, they've signed Chichi Gonzalez.
What do you think about him?
I mean, I think he's 7-21 in his career or something, like with a 6 ERA. I think he used to be on the Rockies. Sure.
How old is he?
He's got to be 30, but it's just like, listen, man, we can't sign Chichi Gonzalez. I mean, give me Devi Garcia. Just give him a shot. I know he's been terrible. They moved him back to AA, just got promoted actually yesterday, ironically enough, before the game to AAA. But we can't start Chichi Gonzalez. I mean, that's embarrassing. That's literally embarrassing.
The chances?
And it's literally it's such a shame too, because I know Severino is healthy and could be pitching right now. So it's like we had to get cute with the 60-day IL. And now we got to wait like almost 2 weeks for him to come back. So, hopefully Taillon can go through this, but it's just, you take a liner off the wrist. The pitcher's mount's not that away. I mean, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna affect Tyone. So it'll just be interesting to see if he's able to tough it out, because I think, they really need it. And it's funny, we were talking before the show too. He's developed into a reliable option for them after first really wanting to get him off of the rotation, off of the team.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he hasn't been spectacular. I almost think this year his season has been kind of similar to Chris Bassett. I think pretty similar results, hovering around 4, decent amount of wins, hot stretches, cold stretches. I mean, it is, if you look at the numbers,
the numbers are probably the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they also signed Jacob Barnes, a guy I'm not really familiar with either. And I guess they would be eligible for the postseason roster, but they need to be added to the roster as an injury replacement if they're not added to the 40-man before tomorrow. But it's like, oh my God, if these guys are on the 40-man roster, we could not have that. So fingers crossed, we'll keep you updated with anything with Tyone. Luckily for Tyone, the combination of the bullpen and the offense picked him up, so they were able to get the win here. You look at it, AAA closer Greg Weissert, nasty sinker. I think he's 28 years old. I think he led the International League in saves. Terrible debut. Walked a couple guys, hit a couple guys. Really has settled in. 2 scoreless innings to kind of relax the tension from the Tyone injury. Lucas Licky did give up a home run to Mike Ford. But other than that, I mean, the bullpen was very good. You had a scoreless inning from Trevino. Marinaccio with a scoreless inning in a third. Jonathan Loaizaga striking out 3 over an inning in a third. And then in the 9th inning, Wandy Peralta does get the save, of course. 2 hits, 1 run allowed. Or not the save, actually, because it was a 4-run game there, but finishes out the game. So you like to see that. And, I mentioned the offense stepping up. Aaron Judge with number 51 last night. A homer to right center, scoring LeMahieu and Benintendi. So that made it 7-2. And then the 2 runs off the bullpen made it 7-4. So at the end of the day, it's a nice win. You needed it. Nice to see Judge get number 51. He's only 10 home runs away now with a little over a month to go to tie Roger Maris. So that's something everyone's going to be watching. Technically speaking, he's on pace for 64, which would break the American League record. So that's something to be excited about. My one qualm, I love the 7 runs. I love the way that the bullpen, for the most part, I know, Licky and Peralta gave up runs here, but that they picked up Tyone, that was great. The only thing that I'm just slightly concerned about is, so Myers started it for the Angels. He gets shellacked, 8 hits, 7 runs, over 4 innings. But then Toussaint comes in and he gives up 1 hit over 5 innings, a walk and 2 strikeouts. So, you don't like to see that. You would have liked to see them add a couple of runs. I mean, 1 hit over 5 innings. You're fortunate that you're able to jump over their pitcher early on in the game. So that would be my one qualm about this. But at the end of the day, you had to win. Toronto won. The Rays won. Before this game ended, the lead was technically 6.5. So, I mean, just really getting too close for comfort. So you needed to win last night. You need to win tonight. Obviously, you're halfway there. And you just got to hope that Jameson Tyone is okay. But, you like to see what Benintendi's doing. Maybe Rizzo's back in his groove now with home runs in back-to-back games. So you love to see that. And I think you might have a weapon here with Weissert out of the bullpen. We know the bullpen has had injury after injury, so it will be big to add him to the mix. Big series with the Rays, off day tomorrow. This is the Angels. We got to be better teams than the Angels. However, just got to take care of business of what's in front of us. And, we'll talk more about tonight in a sec, but just to let everyone know, we have Garrett Cole versus Patrick Sandoval, who has actually been one of the better pitchers on the Angels this year. 3.05 ERA, 4-9 going against Garrett Cole, 10-6, 3.31. I believe leading the league with 200 strikeouts in 157 innings. Of course, the one thing that always kind of gets him, the long ball, 22 home runs, on the year in 157 innings. So you'd like to see him keep Ohtani in the park, keep Trout in the park, Taylor Ward in the park, and just get this win. And let's get Tyone healthy. Let's get, Severino back. Let's get Nestor back, and let's really kill it come September. But it starts tonight. Nice win last night. Love to see what Judge is doing. 3 hits overall. Love to see what the top of the lineup did last night too. I mean, I think that really propelled them. Multiple hits each for LeMahieu, for Judge, and for Benintendi. So that's going to be a recipe for success. Giancarlo Stanton, still not 100% in terms of back in his groove, but you add him to that mix. And I really think, combined with Rizzo, you're really going to have a pretty legit lineup here. And especially if you could just piece together something from the rest of the lineup, whether that's Gleyber Torres, getting his head out of his ass, or Oswaldo Cabrera, kind of getting some consistency at the plate. I'm not expecting to see it from Donaldson. We know what IKF is, and Jose Trevino for a catcher, is pretty good. So all in all, just nice to get that W last night, and it's on to tonight. But before it's on to tonight, it's on to the New York Mets, Tony. So if you would, sir.
Yeah. So obviously, you guys can tell how happy Barnes is. The Mets lost last night. Really tough,
King Tut
wrenching loss. Love King Tut. You ever go to that his what museum is he in?
Is it a museum in like the city?
Yeah, something natural. Is it natural history? It's got to be natural history.
Yeah, I think I actually did take a field trip once. As you could imagine,
you didn't really like it.
You think I'm a critic of movies? What do you think I think about museums, Tony? With art, okay?
Well, this is history, though.
History, art, sculptures, it's all the same. All right.
Oh God.
Give me a Farrell classic over an art museum. Deadass.
All right. So on to the Met game. Andrew Heaney was pitching against Taijuan Walker last night, and honestly, just
Andrew Heaney.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Andrew Heaney, who got hit up pretty early. I think Marte homered actually in the first inning. Which is Marte did not homer. Bunt single, and it was a throwing error on Heaney, which we know Heaney, he shouldn't be fielding any balls anytime, anywhere. But I believe Brendan Nimmo scored off of that. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, all right, this is great, dude. Marte reaches on a bunt. Nimmo scores. We're up 1-0. First inning, Heaney looking kind of shaken up, can't field any balls. Thinking you're looking pretty good. And you kind of coast into the third inning here, and Taijuan Walker starts to get into a little bit of trouble here. Top of the third. I think Gallo gets hit, I believe, is the first batter who gets hit. And then Lux singles, and then I think after that, Lux singles, and I think that's when Gallo scored, actually. He was on second base. And then, you're down 1-0. I think he has a couple more singles, gives up 2 more runs, and he was just kind of struggling here last night. I don't know what it was, the sluggish. I mean, it's not like his pitch count was obviously it was the third inning was, pretty low. He ended up throwing 92 pitches on the night, giving you 5 1/3. So obviously, getting into some trouble in that third inning, giving up hits left and right, hitting batters. It obviously wasn't a great look overall. He ended up walking 3 batters with 3 earned runs. Like I said, 5 hits, 5 1/3 innings, only 5 Ks. I think he's a line that was relative to what I guessed yesterday. I think he said 5 2/3, 3 earned runs, 6 Ks. But nonetheless, I mean, I guess he's kind of giving you what you expected. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Dodgers were still, I feel like, in terms of their, I guess, offense, it was kind of a lull night for them. I mean, when you look at their lineup, Betts was 1 for 3, Turner was 0 for 5, Freeman was 1 for 4, Muncy 0 for 4. It was Gavin Lux who was 2 for 4, and Trace Thompson, who was also 2 for 4. I mean, they were kind of, I guess, getting the hits for the Dodgers. The bottom of the lineup here, which is kind of tough because I feel like Walker should have done better. He definitely should have given you some more length. I mean, third inning, you're getting into some jams. I mean, what the hell, dude? You got to come back from that. It's the third inning. You got to give us 6 innings. Not even be able to get through the 6th inning. I mean, it's kind of really tough, especially, this is one of our better starter pitchers, I suppose you're supposed to say. But nonetheless, I mean, even with Walker's I guess, subpar performance on the mound. I mean, the Mets still had almost every opportunity to kind of win this game. Like I said, they kind of battled back. They tied it up in the fourth, and then it was, kind of a little bit of a lull of scoring until the Dodgers scored in the seventh. But nonetheless, they had those opportunities in the sixth inning. I think Ruff led off with a single. Kind of flew out. Someone else flew out, and I think Escobar singled. So you have runner on first and second, 2 outs. James McCann is up. Okay, it's tie game at this point, bottom of the sixth, and you would think that Buck would decide at this point to pinch hit for McCann. Kind of a big spot. There's 2 outs here. We kind of, we have a runner in scoring position. We should try to bring someone in, get Vogelbach in there. Okay, Buck does not pinch it for McCann. McCann strikes out, and you strand 2 men, bottom of the sixth, which, you could have taken the lead at that point. And then seventh inning, I forget who gave up the run. It wasn't Lugo. It wasn't Givens either. It was Rodriguez.
Yeah, your guy, 5.17 ERA.
Classic Joey Rodriguez. I mean, you can't do that. I think he had 2 hits, a walk, and then that 1 earned run as well. 13 pitches. He threw 9 of them were strikes.
Only in a third of an inning?
In a third of an inning.
I don't get with him. Like, what has anybody ever seen with Joely Rodriguez to think he is a quality major league reliever?
I don't know.
I mean, he's been on a few teams now.
And he's trash.
I guess it's the left-handed side of things.
I guess. Yeah, that's probably the one thing, really. But still, that's actually absolute despicable performance from him. And then on top of that, it's fast forward here to the 9th inning. You have, I think, 1 man on, right? I forget who it is. But nonetheless, it must be, I think it's Escobar. I think Escobar is on. He's on first. McCann is due up here. Then Buck decides to pinch hit, gets Vogelbach in there. And, Vogelbach, who obviously, I've talked about, he has a great eye at the plate. He's got some pretty clutch hits in the past. He's kind of cooled off as of late. But he's at the plate against Jake Reed, actually, who is a former Met. Also former Dodger as well, too. I think Dodgers released him. Like
second stint. Okay.
Yeah. So his second stint with the Dodgers. So he's trying to close this game out for the Dodgers here. And Vogelbach gives him a good at bat. He fouls off a few. The count kind of works its way to 3-2. And at what would have been ball 4, Vogelbach swings, grounds into a double play. Now there's no men on. It's 2 outs. And then I think Nimmo just grounds out to the pitcher or something like that to Jake Reed. And I mean, just totally freaking backfired. I feel like, not to blame Buck for this game, because obviously Vogelbach should have swung at that pitch. Especially because I always talk about how good of an eye he has. He should have taken that ball 4. But I feel like, dude, if Buck just would have just pinched hit for McCann in the 6th, Vogelbach probably would have gotten a base hit, probably would have taken the lead. All right. And then maybe, even if Joey gave him a run and Dodgers tie it up, I just feel like you had that win kind of at your fingertips. You kind of blew it. Your bullpen kind of blew it a little bit too. Between 4 bullpen guys, they had no strikeouts. Your bullpen didn't get any strikeouts at all. So you had Walker only whiffing the Dodgers 5 times. The Dodgers still had a low in offense, but geez, dude, like the Mets had this game at their fingertips. It certainly could have been a good win, especially at home too against the Dodgers. It was definitely a tough loss, but hey, I guess you kind of live and you learn, I suppose. But it's whatever. On to the next game, which Jacob deGrom is pitching tonight, so.
And just before we talk about that, obviously, a big game for them, of course. There's several things here, you could point to. Obviously, Walker not giving them the performance that they need here. I know, however, we did say that being said, offensively, they could have done enough to win it. You couple what the offense did, Walker's performance, Buck not using Vogelbach in the 6th, and then in the 9th, Vogelbach grounded into that double play against a very subpar pitcher, firsthand from him being on the Mets. Which one of those really disappointed you the most? Like, what do you think like disappointed you the most and kind of had the biggest effect on the game?
The biggest effect, I suppose, was not pinch hitting for McCann in the 6th.
Yeah.
And then, I guess what was more disappointing to me was Vogelback grinding double play.
Yeah.
That was just brutal.
Yeah. And you think just over antsy, or I mean, what?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, he's a big guy. He's got a lot of power. He knows it. And I think he was really looking to freaking hammer that.
Was it off speed or a fastball?
I believe it was off speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we saw what he did against the Yankees on that off speed pitch. So yeah, and I guess I just don't understand, Buck's mindset, because it's just like, because Nito is backing up McCann at this point. So it's like, is there that much of a discrepancy defensively? Like,
no, not really that much. There is, but not that much. But first is hello.
Prefer, where are you, bud?
Wow,
Little
just
late.
woke up. You set the alarm for 9:45 to get up for the 10 o'clock show. And
gotcha. I mean, it's understandable. But like, just with how bad McCann has been, and I know defensively, he's
very
pretty
sound,
good.
Yeah.
But do you think if he didn't
He's
have
very good
that contract, he wouldn't even be on the team potentially? Because I mean, the hitting has been that bad this year.
It has been, but then what do you think they would have? I mean, you're not having Nito full time.
I mean, Nito and
Alvarez.
It should be right. I mean, it's just like that's right there for you, and especially the Mets, struggle to score runs at times. I don't know.
It does kind of put you in a tough position too, because like in terms of bringing up Alvarez, I mean, Nito has certainly earned his spot. Behind McCann,
right. And then you could just platoon the both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I just feel like, especially in the postseason, I mean, you're going to, in a 7-game series, McCann's going to get 7 starts.
Yeah.
If it was up to you, would you just start Nito every time?
I don't know, dude.
It's a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, because Nito, again, his bat isn't phenomenal, and his defense isn't phenomenal.
But I feel like, isn't he more likely to make contact?
He's more likely to make contact, but
it's basically like his contact rate. It's like the difference between IKF and Gary Sanchez.
Sure, yeah, let's go with that.
To give a good analogy.
Yeah.
But I think it's tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, we get 2 extra guys on the roster with September, and maybe they do a combination of Alvarez and oh man, the name is escaping me. The other third baseman,
Mauricio.
No. You know what I'm talking about though? There's one other guy. I think that was actually more highly touted than Batty. I don't know. I can envision it. Yeah, they were thinking him for DH originally. Then they went with Batty. They just said it on Sal Licata was filling in this morning on the fan. He
I know how much you'll love him.
The funny part is, I actually do enjoy listening to him just because he's kind of ridiculous.
Third baseman.
He unless he's like a short.
Oh, Vientos.
Yes.
Yeah. Mark Vientos.
Do you think that that's what they do, or do you think they go 1-1 with a pitcher from the minors, or what would you do?
I would definitely do Alvarez and a pitcher.
Yeah.
It is tough. I mean, I guess you got a couple. There's a couple pitchers here. I guess right-handed pitchers. But it's so tough with pitchers. I mean, they might come in here and get fucking shellacked, and then what?
I know, but it's just like the whole thing with prospect hugging in general. I just think teams get too nervous. Like, you got to just throw guys out there, and let's hope Jameson Taillon doesn't miss his next start. But if he does, I know he's looked awful the past 2 seasons. But it's like Deivi Garcia at one point. You didn't want to give him up for Manny Machado, and he did start a postseason game. I know they ended up pulling him after an inning, but I mean, why not give him a shot now? I mean, we would rather bring up Chichi Gonzalez.
Yeah, I guess, right?
So I just think, because you never know what you're going to find too, because we've seen over the years, a guy might not be your top prospect. A guy, might have not that great of numbers in AAA and then just be lightning in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it on every team. I mean, I like just taking chances like that. I think you got to do that sometimes.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
I mean, obviously the guy, I forgot who the Mets brought up, but that didn't work out. But it could have went the opposite way, and then he might still be starting right now.
Who,
The guy who gave
Patty?
up 7 runs, remember? And I said,
Oh my God, yeah. Doesn't even matter, dude.
yeah, he's never seen
Doesn't.
Buddha? Was it Buddha? No.
It was something like that.
Yeah, Booba, or I don't know.
Damn it, dude.
Buteau.
Yeah.
There we go.
Buteau.
Are you a little surprised that we haven't heard more from Befur regarding this game?
Surprised? No.
Why, you think he's just a little
Yeah,
humbled,
tight, dude? Yeah,
Is he having?
Unlike Yankee fans, sometimes people get humbled.
Listen, Tony. On this show, many times you've seen me be humbled about the Yankees.
Oh, stop it! Sad, humbled? No.
Oh, absolutely.
Sad, yeah. Humbled? Yeah. No,
Listen, man. What about the wild card game, the diner?
Sad.
Oh,
We're due for a diner night. I think, dude.
A diner, bowling, type of
dude.
night, or golf and dinner as well.
That's true. Golf and dinner.
Yeah, I mean, got a little time left,
Right, yeah,
before
we
the
do.
season ends. Be nice to get one more round in. Nice to get a round in with Prefer. I mean, we could meet him at a course, maybe Stanford, Westchester. Why not?
Yeah. You think he golfs?
I think he does. I think he seems like
Right.
he's an all-around athlete.
Yeah.
Because he said he used to play a lot of basketball, didn't he?
Oh, I don't remember.
You were
I
saying
think
he wanted
I
to play
remember when we were
basketball
playing
with us.
one-on-one and stuff. Yeah.
So let's see what he says. I'm sure he'll comment in a little bit, but also, just wanted to update everybody on the picks from yesterday. So we both actually split the sixes 2-2. I hit with the Yankees and the Mariners, but somehow the Braves and the Cardinals lose. I couldn't believe that, especially the Cardinals, man.
I know.
Cardinals, it looks so good.
It's tough.
The whole story about Pujols, 5 homers away, whatever it is, and you lose to the Cincinnati Reds. I know Dakota Hudson was on the mound, but I think that they should have made minced meat of the Reds, right? I mean,
Yeah, dude. They should have made minced meat. Prefer though coming in with a comment. It's very interesting. I don't know how the validity of this statement, but your thoughts on ESPN's Stephen H. Smith running for president of the United States?
I actually tagged Downtime on this on Twitter. There was a tweet. Let me just see. Okay, yeah, actually. Okay, wait 1 second. Let me just pull this up. I want to quote him.
Oh boy,
on
here we
this.
go.
Jeez, I guess this guy tweets a lot, or unless he deleted it. No. I guess this is literally way back. Jeez, this guy just tweets. I don't know if I can get it. Honestly, I really don't know if I can get it. I'm gonna just try Stephen A's Twitter handle just to see, just because of the ridiculousness that it is. And in your eyes, Tony, is there a more annoying media personality than Stephen A?
In my opinion, no. I think Stephen A. Smith, I suppose, other than maybe in the basketball world, which I don't even know what basketball fans think of him really, because that's really what he talks about, and I suppose football too. But at least when he tries to talk about baseball, tries to talk about hockey, it's incredibly embarrassing, and he is a laughing stock, I think, between sports fans.
Yeah,
like he's a joke. And everything he puts on is a whole big to do. It's a one big act. Okay. It's a freaking dance for him every morning on the show. And his takes aren't even good. I feel like he just says a lot of times what he's fed to say. And it's just so gimmicky, and it has no place, I think, in sports media. Especially in terms of, when people refer to him as like a reporter.
yeah.
Like he doesn't report shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
he says stupid shit that he says. He tries to make controversy. He tries to sound like he's a freaking poet, or like he's some type of guy you should be listening to, which you really shouldn't be listening to him. It's honestly disgusting. I would honestly love to see, because the other night I was watching Mad Dog on First Take, I guess it is, right? And Mad Dog just laughs at him.
Yeah.
In his face.
No, it's so funny.
It's
What about his face when he's waiting to answer? He's cheesing, Mad Dog.
Oh yeah, because he's like, what? yeah. He's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But yeah, I mean, I think Stephen A should stick with General Hospital. I know he's been on a couple episodes of that, so he's a good actor.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Yeah, he has.
He's been on General Hospital.
Yes, he's a joke. He's a joke. He is an actor, and I think it's like one of the things is like he thinks by his tone. You know, he switches up the range of his tone, the aggressiveness. That just because it comes off that way, that it's 100% fact, and it's not. And honestly, he makes like Mike Francesa, for instance, look like a legend and looks like a guy who always knew what he was talking about versus Stephen A. I mean, give me Mike all day over Stephen A.
How much does Stephen A make a year? Do you know?
Jeez, I want to say like 5 million, 6 million at least.
Really?
Yeah. No matter what it is, I think obviously the salary is just way too much.
$8 million per year.
Oh, brutal. And we're talking about two brutal people here. But Tony, if you had to give me an answer here, I know you're gonna really struggle to answer this question. Would you rather listen to Stephen A. or Skip Bayless?
Is Skip Bayless with Shannon?
No, they're talking to each other.
Oh God. I guess Skip Bayless.
I hate Skip so much. I actually would rather go Stephen A. Skip, we talk about acting.
Yeah.
Skip with the fake takes, and it's not even just about giving LeBron a hard time. He has it with everything he talks about, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's like, why do we need to listen to you? What do you bring to the table? Why are you so appealing to listen to? You're not. I mean, I think he's an embarrassment as well. I really do.
Yeah, no, I think he is too. But dude, I mean, I think Stephen A. is unlistenable.
Oh my God,
I can't do it.
I feel like back in the day, Mike used to like him, like when he way back,
probably basketball.
When he used to have his he had ESPN New York. I think he was on. He had his own show. I think he was better there. Then when he started going hard for his take, he just went completely off.
Yeah, because he started evolving into this character that he now is, dude. He probably was like a normal person when he was on the ESPN radio.
Yeah,
like just a regular sitting here talking like you and I. But I guess now he's just it's just so theatrical. Like you said, because of the way he talks, it's as if he's a freaking prophet.
Yeah.
Like his words are gold.
Yeah. I think honestly, if I had to point to one thing after that whole episode with Jalen Rose, it all just went downhill after that. But that's still watchable. We could pull up the archives. Call Jalen calling out Skip.
Yeah.
That was the best. And first take was never the same after that.
Speaking of guys though who think their words are gold, did you notice Michael K hasn't been on his show?
Yeah, he's coming back Tuesday,
Is
tweeting a lot.
I think it's bullshit, but Dave has been on his show this week.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's been Rothenberg and Rosenberg.
But it's like Dave should be having the show solo. Why do we need Rosenberg?
Oh, yeah, we don't need Rosenberg at all because I think they were talking about stuff, and Rosenberg just doesn't really have like the statistics and there's the knowledge that Rothenberg has. So it's just like kind of a one-sided argument. But nonetheless, do you think that they're trying out Dave for his time slot or what?
Maybe. I don't know the contractual situation with Michael K.
I want to say no, like it sounds like everything's up in the air.
I want to say I think they said to him, listen, refuel, take off the summer, focus on the Yankees, come fall, come football season. This is a big ratings book for us. You get embarrassed. This is it. So we need you at your best. Rest up. Let's go. That's what I honestly think happened.
I know.
Because I guess the summer ratings book doesn't matter.
I guess, but I mean,
you would think everything matters, but
right?
That's just from what I gather.
But still, I mean, they're trying out Rothenberg. I don't because his contract is up, is it not,
Dave?
Yeah,
I know because it no, but there's no way that they're just gonna pull him. Like I guess it would be tomorrow. Like there's no way he would already have not been on yesterday or what. You know what I mean? That would have already been played out 100%.
Let's see. As of this is 2020. Okay, so that's no good. All right. There's nothing on about his contract online.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens. And I was actually before mentioned Stephen A. here. Just was talking in terms of the picks yesterday. So I mentioned we both did split, going 2-2. So right now, if you look at it, That makes me 25-14, you 23-16. Wednesday deadline. So let's go. I mean, it's basically what it is. So we're tight. We're high and tight. Oh, and actually, I'm sorry, I didn't update it. 25-18 for you, 27-16 for me. Same thing, obviously going 2-2. But you lead off, sir. What do you have?
All right, cool. Let's do it. I mean, hey, give me the Mets tonight, right?
Really?
Why not? Jacob DeGrom on the mound.
Tyler Anderson?
Anderson's very good, but I mean, hey, young. Obviously, is he young?
No,
he's like
not.
30, right? He's like 31,
Yeah.
32. But hey, Jacob DeGrom. Obviously, you don't have to talk much about Jacob DeGrom. I feel like now, Buck should be certainly relying on Jacob DeGrom a little bit more in terms of his pitch count and how deep he can go into games. Especially because you used 4 guys in the bullpen last night. Give him a rest. You're not going to be like, what do you got? You got 2 more guys maybe. So give DeGrom some extra, extension on the leash here tonight. Give him 7 innings. Just let him go 103 pitches, 105. No more of this 85 or 90 when he's going 5 2/3 or 6 innings, 6 1/3. Give him that length. Let's see him strike out. He's gonna be fanning Dodgers left and right. I mean, hey, we talked about it yesterday. Besides that 3rd inning, I mean, Dodgers had no offense. Okay. And
Right.
they were struggling against Taijuan Walker and some okay bullpen guys here. DeGrom should be given 7. Should give him 11 Ks. Brian, 1 earned run. And Anderson, with the way his season's been going, I feel like maybe as of late though he's been giving up a little bit more runs than he kind of wanted to. Let's look at his last few. Against Miami, 5 1/3, 1 earned run. Kansas City, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. So I don't know. I feel like maybe he's getting a little hittable here. He's giving up 6 earned runs in his last 3 starts.
I haven't had my second cup of coffee yet.
I haven't had any coffee today. I'm gonna go probably get one after this. But anyway, and then I would expect Alonso, who had a shit night against Andrew Heaney yesterday. I think he was like 1 for 4 or 0 for 4, something like that. Struggling with the high fastball. And again, Alonso's another one who has a lot of power behind him. And gets a little antsy sometimes in terms of using it.
And is that just this season, or has it always been like that?
I would say this season, the high cheese.
Because you would think a big guy like him, like Judge, hammered one
Right.
that was way up in the zone last night. You would think similar thing with Alonso. He'd be able to drive those pitches.
Yeah, no, exactly. He gets a little underneath it, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, up in the strike zone for Judge is, he's fucking tall as fuck. So it's not like it's really at his chin or anything. But yeah, so I would say, a bounce back night for Pete, a great night for DeGrom. I mean, I think those are 2 things that are really gonna, I think, elevate the Mets play, that we were kind of missing yesterday. I mean, hey, we're playing arguably the best team in baseball, and we lost them by 1 run, and it was a close game. So I mean, these are gonna be our rival, I would say, in the postseason for the Mets. So let's fucking go. No more dicking around. Buck has got to make some better calls in the moment, and I would say the Mets take this one. I would say 3-1.
And yeah, I mean, you would expect it to be that type of game. Obviously, we know what DeGrom brings to the table. But I would, if I were you, Tony, I would want to see, and I know Anderson has had a good year, but just generally speaking, the way that the Mets offense has looked, I would want to see some more runs. I mean, why not score 5 tonight? Really make a statement, show that you can contend with the Dodgers, no?
I would like to see 15 runs scored. I mean,
see, let's not get crazy. Yeah. That's why I'm saying 5. And prefer with a comment here if you would.
He is going out on a limb tonight, a Mark Messier limb. He's guaranteeing the Mets win today. DeGrom is on the mound.
Well, prefer. I'm guaranteeing that does not happen. So I guess somebody has to be right tomorrow, right? So we'll talk about it. Gotta love prefer. Gotta love prefer.
Are the Yankees playing tonight, dude?
The Yankees are playing tonight.
Oh no, who's on the mound for them?
So tonight it's Garrett Cole versus Patrick Sandoval. 9:38. I smell a rat from the Big A in Orange County, of course. And I think it just, I mean, listen, Sandoval has had a decent year. His especially for Angel pitching. They always struggle in that area. Having the ERA hover around 3.
I need it more than anything right now.
That's good. But I just think that Garrett Cole is fired up. He's tired of mostly the negativity surrounding him, but I'm not him, but the team. But, some surrounding him when he has inconsistent performances.
That's too high.
But 200 strikeouts against an Angels team that strikes out a lot. I think we're looking at 10 strikeouts for Garrett tonight. I want to say 7 innings, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts, 4 hits, no walks, picking up his 11th victory of the season. Offensively, give the Yankees another 7 spot. Let's say 7-3 tonight. Bullpen coughs one up. It happens. And I want to say Judge ties his career high with 52. Rizzo, 3rd game in a row, 31. And Andrew Benintendi, another 3 hits as he continues to rake. And Gleyber Torres joins the party with a solo shot of himself. Yankees get a well-deserved day off, travel to Tampa, also known as Yankee Stadium South, and prepare to sweep the Rays and finally say, hey, everybody relax. Everybody relax. We are the best team. We have been all year. We had a tough August, but the month is now September. That's what we'll be saying in Tampa. I know today is still August 31st. Let's not get it twisted. But they are about to go on a run to just knock everybody out of competition when it comes to the American League East Division. Reinforcements on the way. Louis before we know it, Harrison Bader, Scott Efros, and that's just to name a couple. Nestor being back will be huge as well. But it starts tonight. You got to get another win. You got to make a statement. And the Angels are a joke. We know it. And that's why the Yankees are going to take care of business and prepare to sweep the Tampa Rays with the same level of intensity that the Los Angeles Dodgers are going to sweep the Mets with.
Interesting. I think
The Rays are
come
gonna
tomorrow, dude. You're gonna find out that Garrett Cole didn't last 5 innings, gave up 400 runs against the Angels, absolutely gets torched. And Brian here
take a little sabbatical
for a little while. Not gonna see him.
I think we might not see Buffer if the Mets lose. Honestly, tomorrow. I don't think.
Stop it, dude.
I mean, Buffer's loyal. I mean, let's not.
These games don't even matter,
Oh,
bro.
the game. Oh, here we go. The games don't even matter.
They don't. Mets are in the postseason.
So if they get swept, you're gonna stand by that. Oh, didn't matter. Sure. I mean, this is a tight race with the Braves. They were lucky that they lost last night. You got to win every game you can.
We're gonna, dude. Don't worry about it. Braves, dude, please. Okay, it's in the bag.
All right,
it's in the bag.
Guess we'll see, Tony. Guess we'll see.
You seem more worried about the Yankees over there in the AL East.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, 7 versus 3. I mean, I think we're more than doubling up the Mets right now, so we'll take it.
Quick math, yeah.
What else you got for your picks here?
Oh yeah, totally forgot we're doing the rest of the segment here, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so my next pick segment, selection, jeez, dude, give me the A's. The A's tonight are going to be in Washington. They're playing the Nationals. James Caprillion, who I feel like has had an okay kind of, recent outings, maybe. Did he pitch against the Yankees?
Yeah, he got hammered.
He did, right?
Yeah.
Shit. I'm still gonna go with Caprillion anyway. Fuck it. I feel like he's had some bright spots on the season. Obviously, maybe not against the Yankees, but nonetheless, I mean, the Washington, I feel like don't really have any really good hitters. And Anibal Sanchez on the mound for them. He hasn't had a win all year. He's 0-5 in the season. I don't think he's going to get that win tonight. I think he's going to get honestly kind of hammered here. I know this is Barnes' guy, Sean Murphy. Maybe a dinger and RBI single as well tonight.
There you go.
I would say Oakland, maybe Caprillion pitches pretty well against the Nationals. They don't really have, I suppose, many hitters. Yeah, got totally torched against the Yankees. Got the dub against Seattle recently. Doesn't give you much length. 5 innings, it seems. Both these teams really suck. Give me the A's. I'm gonna say they win 3-2.
Yeah, should
You're
be a
really
pitcher's
pretty
duel.
tired over there, huh, Brian?
I mean, we're setting the alarm for 5 every day. It happens.
We're time to go to bed. Oh, the restaurant, the espresso martinis.
Yeah,
the
like
food.
11:30. So,
Shit.
solid 6.5. Or actually, no, 5.5. Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna take the Cards. Listen, yesterday, disappointment, all of that, but Quintana versus Minor. Minor looks nothing like that all-star from a few years ago on the Rangers, as he's with the Reds now. So I think the Cards come out swinging, come out hot. Give Pujols, I think it would be 696 to tie A-Rod.
Correct.
Have to check that, but
A-Rod sucks.
so yeah, give me the Cards here. I think Goldschmidt 3 hits, a homer. Give Arenado a homer. 10-1 over the Cincinnati Reds today.
All right. My next pick is going to be the Braves. Obviously with the Mets winning tonight and Braves winning, it's just, it's going to stay the way it is right now. But Ryan Feltner on the mound here for the Rockies. And I feel like, although the Rockies won last night, I think it's a rare spot. Feltner hasn't really done well. He's had how many starts on the season? Games started 11, 12 games started here. And over 61 and 1/3 innings, he's given up 11 home runs, 20 walks, 40 earned runs. His last start, I was against the Mets, actually went 4 2/3, gave up 3 earned runs, and 1 ding or 2 to, I believe, Marte. But nonetheless, I feel like Kyle Wright on the mound for the Braves. I mean, I feel like the pitching matchup is obviously in the favor of the Braves, and the Braves pretty pissed off over last night's loss. Kind of come out here with a bang. I think all the bats are going to be flying tonight for the Braves. I think they're going to win 10-3.
Yeah, I mean that lineup deep for sure. I'm gonna go with the Mariners. Another pick from last night. They won last night. I think they're gonna win tonight. Tyler Alexander versus Marco Gonzalez, and I think the Tigers. To quote Joe Judge from last season, I think they do have the golf clubs in front of the locker. They cannot wait for this disastrous season to end. 50-79. Marco 9-12, 3.97. Offense has been good of late. So I'm gonna say Mariners here. Marco goes 6 innings, 2 earned, 8 strikeouts, and the Mariners put up 6 and beat the Tigers 6-3.
Nice, dude. I think I'm going to take Cleveland here for my 3rd pick. Fourth pick here. Yeah, I'll go Cleveland. They beat the Orioles last night 5-1. Cal Quantrill, I believe is how you say his name.
Yeah.
He had 6 innings, 1 hit.
Son of Paul,
right?
Yankees in the early 2000s.
Nice, dude. So I was going to prefer his comment. I'll throw it back after the pick here, but give me Cleveland. They scored 5 runs against Baltimore yesterday. And I feel like, the pitchers have been pretty decent. Tristan McKenzie on the mound, 3.17 ERA. He's 9-10 on the season. I think maybe that's just because of a little bit of a lack of offense, but I would imagine Jordan Lyles gets a little popped here from Cleveland, as he's been doing, I feel. So give me Cleveland here. I would say similar, maybe 4-2. 4-2.
So for my last pick here, Battle of Texas, in a good pitching matchup in terms of Martin Perez and Christian Javier. Javier 2.97 this year. Perez 2.69, which has been a bright spot for the Rangers. Obviously 12 under 500. I think the Rangers actually get this one. I like what Perez has done this season. Of course, the results from Seager and Simeon haven't been what they expected, but I could see each of them having a dinger, tonight. And let's say Rangers 4, Astros 1. Just don't have it at the plate tonight. I mean, hey, it happens. I mean, look what happens to the Mets half the time, It just, you have those type of games.
Half the time. What's the Mets record?
We still got you in runs scored.
Doesn't matter, dude. Better record.
Well, head-to-head, not a better record. Tied. So
okay, doesn't matter, dude. We're just a better record overall.
Well, season's not over.
Okay.
And I welcome a playoff, obviously being World Series matchup. That would really be what we need. Really.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the way Yankees going, you'd want to play anybody in the World Series just to get there because you're gonna lose anyway. It doesn't matter,
I
dude.
think the Yankees definitely have a better path to the World Series than the Mets.
The easier path, probably, yeah. But speaking of easier path, prefers talking about better player in baseball, Judge or Ohtani.
So what I would say here, I mean, you got to go Judge.
Why?
Ohtani, a better pitcher.
I would say overall talent in general is Ohtani.
I mean, Judge is just a better hitter, better outfielder. All Ohtani has
Ohtani
is that
isn't
he
an
can
outfielder
pitch.
though.
He is. They don't really put him out there, but he plays. That would be his position if he's out in the field.
Sure,
by a
but
pitcher.
you can say that about anyone though.
No. I mean, he's played the outfield only a couple times, but he has played the outfield. And it's just what Judge does in the field, what he does with the bat. He's makes contact at a higher rate, and he hits more home runs. So I don't see when we're talking about positional player or whatever, even just strictly what they do offensively. This numbers show Judge is better. Ohtani's great. Judge is better. I mean, the numbers don't lie, do they?
No, I would say offensively, yeah, Judge is better, but I think as an overall player,
But it's just like that's unfair.
Ohtani. Why is that unfair?
Because Ohtani's the only pitcher position player, starting guy in the lineup that pitches. So he's gonna have that advantage over
anyone.
No matter who we're talking about. It doesn't mean that he's better. It means that he's more versatile. And I think there's a difference.
Which makes him better.
No, it makes him versatile.
Which makes it better.
Which makes him versatile. But hey, I mean, I know he does.
I mean, it's like saying if Judge is versatile because Judge is versatile because he's a good outfielder as well as a good person at the plate. He's versatile. I mean, it's Ohtani's versatile in a different way, not even making it better, dude.
Not even close. Ohtani gives you the offense and pitching. Ohtani is one of a kind. Judge gets some of the similar players to his skill set. Oh yeah. Tons of 6'7" guys who have 50 home runs and hit around 300 and play gold glove defense and can steal double-digit bases per season. Unbelievable for. I mean, what are we talking about here, bud? Come on. I know you're tight. The Mets didn't do it last night, but you don't have to take it on a Judge. All right.
No, I think he has a good point, dude.
I think it's a horrendous, ferocious point.
I don't know, dude. I think you're just a Judge lover.
I mean, I think the numbers speak for themselves. He is, and I could confidently say, you know, I've been going to games since 1998. All teams, not just the Yankees. He is the best player I've ever seen live.
Have you seen Ohtani live?
I think.
Oh God.
I've been to so many games, Tony. All right.
Come on.
Just saying. I mean, it's one of those conversations. What are we doing? What are we doing?
No, I think it's a conversation. I mean, just Ohtani is more valuable, I think, as a player.
But hey, we'll see. Judge will win the MVP, win the World Series MVP. Yeah. Shohei, you know, will be sayonara.
He might win the MVP. You never know, dude.
He's not winning the MVP.
How do you know?
Yeah, 100%.
They're talking about it.
No, he's not. That's just.
But they're talking about it.
That's like Stephen A. talking about it.
No, that's Stephen A. though.
No, but I know, but I'm just saying it's just to talk. It's not actually a reality. Judge will probably win unanimous, honestly.
Unanimous?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Guess we'll see.
We'll see what team he's on next year, too.
Yeah, we'll see with his fresh 10-year, $350 million contract with the Yankees this offseason. He will look just nicely putting on those pinstripes once again.
Oh, God.
But other than that, other than prefers crazy takes, I mean, anything else you got?
I don't think so. Talks about Rothenberg.
NFL week from tomorrow.
Stoked? Jets won last. Didn't they play the Giants?
They played the Giants, yeah.
Preseason? They won.
3-0 preseason for the Jets.
Yeah, dude.
So Denzel Mims started the game, 7 for over 100 yards. Probably gonna be off the team before the season starts. But yeah, I mean, we're optimistic. Obviously, you hope Zach can get back soon. Flacco didn't look great. But tough schedule though to start.
Did you hear what Baker Mayfield said about playing the Browns?
Yeah,
week 1.
He says he's gonna give him a kick in the hiney.
Yeah,
more or less.
Yeah.
More or less. And it's like, listen, you probably will. I mean, Jacoby Brissett is starting. So Carolina can't beat them. Who are they going to beat? If they lose, just mark this down. They lose. Matt Rule gone by week 7. Guaranteed if they can't beat the Browns without Deshaun Watson. Starting
Mhm.
Jacoby Brissett. I know the other guys are good, but Jacoby freaking Brissett and then Baker Mayfield jacked up. There's no excuse for it.
You think Baker has a good game?
Yeah, and then he tanks the rest of the way.
Really?
No, I don't know. I think he does have a good game, and then I think he's like he always has been kind of mid-level, but you get some good breaks.
Yeah.
Could be 10-7. You could be playing a wild card game. Never know. Never know. But yeah, can't wait for football. Can't wait for playoff baseball. So we're really heading down the home stretch as we approach Labor Day here.
Mhm.
But once again, would like to thank everybody for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe, as well as check out the archives on the YouTube page, the summer collection at downtimetv.com. But I want everybody to enjoy the day. Let's go Yankees, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.